Hey, this is Steve Halleck of TickTocking.com, and I'm back with another review video today with a really special piece. Before I start, as always, you can find me at TickTocking.com. All these watches are listed there. The ones I review are usually for sale, at least when I do the review. Lots of times they sell before I even post them. And you can always find me at Steve Halleck on Instagram, where I try to post cool pictures all the time. So today I have a really cool piece. This is a DeBethune, but it's a particularly special one. This is a piece unique that they made for the Only Watch auction in Monaco. And the Only Watch auction is a really cool charity event. If you haven't seen it, basically it happens I think it's every 2 years. And this auction was started by a guy whose son basically has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which is this really, really terrible disease that comes on in childhood. And it's a really bad one. Anyway, he started this charity in conjunction with some of the auction houses. It's switched auction houses a few different times. But basically every 2 years, they ask brands to make unique watches only for this auction. And so really, some really cool pieces have come out of this. Some multi-million-dollar Pateks, really cool Journes, and this DeBethune, which I think is particularly neat, and I'll show you why. But this one is a version of the DB28 Skybridge, and let's just take a look at it here. So you can see it is, obviously a Skybridge, if you're familiar with the Skybridge from the start. On the back, you can see it's marked Piece Unique and DB/Only Watch, and it's their 2013 piece. But there's a couple things that are particularly special about this one, obviously making it a piece unique. The first, which you wouldn't really notice on video, but if you held it, you would notice immediately, the watch is actually platinum. It's the only one ever made in platinum, the only one that ever will be made in platinum. Normally they're titanium, and they're sort of feather light, which is cool for what it is, but this platinum gives it an extreme, heft that makes it feel like a really precious jewel, and it's incredible on the wrist with the hugging lugs and the weight, because it really form fits onto the wrist, but you have that feel and heft of the platinum. So it's really, that's one you just have to feel in person to really get, but that's the first thing that makes this particularly unique. The second is that the stars are arranged exactly how they were on, I believe it's November 19, and then some date in the 1800s when Monaco's National Day was created or something. So that's interesting. Doesn't really matter to me. I don't care about Monaco so much, but it's something. But then the other thing that is hugely different, it's, sometimes these little subtle changes can really make all the difference. And in this version, this outer track that has the hour markers is blue. And in the normal version, it is white. And so in this, it really makes this insane blue. You can see it's not flat. It's like a bowl shape, concave blue mass. And then when it comes out to the white, it sort of breaks it up, but here it's just this big bowl concave mass of insane heat blued titanium that just reflects everything. The first thing this brings to mind to me actually is like sculptures by Anish Kapoor. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I'll try to put a little photo of what I'm talking about, but it kind of reminds me of that sort of amorphous blue orb just reflecting the world, and is really a poetic view. There you can see me. Hi. Inside the dial, you've got these orbs here, and then a few studded diamonds for stars, and the little balls are actually round white gold. On the back, this watch picks up fingerprints like nobody's business because it's so reflective. It just shows everything. So this entire bridge is this insane black polish, that I'm never going to be able to get this glass clean enough. Let's try one more time here. My trusty MB&F cloth. Still, all those specks are on the glass. There you can see they streak. But the bridge itself is this insane flat black polish. There you can see it light up from white to black. It's really a stunning piece of work, and then combines with this blue bridge here and blued piece there. Now this is actually a patented DeBethune shock absorbing system. So you can see how it's almost like little spring-loaded arms holding the balance. It's a manual wind movement. It's got a moon phase down here, three-dimensional moon phase, which I really like on this version, that the moon phase is set by the crown. Some of them have pushers. I'm not a big fan of pushers. So the moon phase is actually set by the crown. And that's it. It's not there's no other complications to the watch. It's just this beautiful blued starry dial and moon phase. The hands on Skybridges are unique. They haven't been used in any other DeBethune, and I think they're some of the coolest hands in the watch industry. You can see the hour hand is kind of broad and the minute hand very slivery. Both come to this sharp tip with these polished edges. So this is one that's a little tricky because I really wish you guys could feel this on the wrist, but the next closest thing that I can do is at least let you see it with a macro lens, and then let's see it on the wrist. So let's check it out in macro. So here you can see the way that these balls, each one individually polished and set on the dial, and you can even see the reflection of them in this heat blued titanium. There you can see the way the diamonds are set. I'm sorry again for these streaks and dust on the crystal. It is so hard to keep this one clean. You don't see it in normal life, but when you get at it with a macro lens, it's a mirror basically. So look at these hands. And then this bridge actually goes over the curve of the dial, so you can see there the way it's bridging, you know, kind of the basin of this dial. The handwork and polishing on these hands is spectacular. Look at the way that that is shaped. And again, this heat bluing, you can see how it takes on a sort of purplish tone and blues and kind of everything in between as the light picks it up. I'll flip it around. Here you can see the really cool DeBethune silicone balance wheel. It almost looks like it's not moving because it's perfectly round, but here in macro you can see it moving. And again, killing me with this dust today. Check out the black polish. Oh my gosh. Let me try one more time here. Let's see if I can, oh, a little bit better. Now it's just a little streaky, but it's tough to capture on macro. But you can just see the finishing on everything is spectacular. Really, really tip top. There you can see the way, look at that close-up of how the blue plays with the light. You can see it go from blue to kind of purple as it shines. Pretty cool. Okay, now finally, I think you really, really need to see this watch on the wrist. I wish you could feel it on the wrist because that's where it's totally killer, but at the very least, we can take a look. Let's check it out. This is where it really shines. It's just unbelievable on the wrist. This has the short lugs and it just hugs my wrist perfectly. The heft of the platinum is sort of centered right there and hugged down, so it's just extremely, extremely comfortable. And you get almost an infinite number of angles and colors. It's just a true stunner. Really one of my all-time favorite watches that have ever come through here. This is a really special one. Wow, all right, so piece unique DeBethune today. Big time watch. This is, this is the stuff that's so fun to find. Makes my job really fun, and my eyes open wide when I see these types of watches. So I'm really happy to share them with you. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be back soon. Thank you.